My hair is thinning and it's gotten worse since being on GLP-1. And now I'm sitting here asking myself, is this just part of the trade-off, or do I make things worse trying to fix it? Last week I told you that I was going to start a medication that my doctor prescribed for this. And I thought I finally had a solution until I looked into it. And now I'm scared to take it. Welcome to Slow and Steady with Andi. I'm Andi, and in today's video I'm going to walk you through what's been going on with my hair thinning, what my doctor prescribed, why I've decided I'm not going to take it right now, and what I'm going to try instead. I'll also give you a quick update on how week 9 on 10 milligram Mounjaro went and share my 10th injection moment with y'all. So I've definitely noticed over the past few months that my hair thinning has really increased, and it's not coming out in clumps. Like, I don't pull on my hair and have clumps fall out. It still looks like I'm losing the normal amount of hair that we lose every day. But what I think the issue is it's not coming back in. So over time, that little bit of hair that I lose every day has become a big issue. And just to be completely transparent with you guys, I have been using a hair fiber powder that I get off of Amazon, and I put it in like in the front area and like in the back area too. And it really has been working great to fill in those empty looking areas. But I can feel like on my head that it's thin. When I brush my hair, my scalp feels super sensitive. It actually hurts to brush my hair because it has gotten so thin. So as you can see, this is what my scalp is looking like without using any of that hair powder to fill it in. And I've just become so sensitive to it. It really bothers me. So last week I had a doctor's appointment, and I brought it up to her how I've been feeling about it and asking her if there's anything I can do about it. And she ended up writing me a prescription for minoxidil. And I was really excited because when I was looking up minoxidil products that you can buy over the counter, it's like the stuff that you put onto your hair, and it's really expensive. But the minoxidil pill, for me with my insurance, it's less than $3 a month. So because it was going to be super affordable, I felt like so excited and encouraged that maybe this would be the fix. But me being me, I always look into medication before I take it. I always look at the side effects. I tend to be somebody that is usually very sensitive to side effects of medications. And that's why it took me over a year to give in and try Mounjaro, because I read some of the side effects, especially the gastrointestinal ones, and I was like, for sure, I'm going to have all the side effects. But thankfully, I have not had that issue. Ever since maybe the second week of being on the 5 milligram, through all the dose increases, my side effects have just been super minimal. But with the minoxidil pill, that is actually a blood pressure medication. And as I was looking into it, the side effects for this blood pressure medication were very similar to another blood pressure medication that I was on several years ago. And it was the amlodipine. That's the generic name. I forget. I think maybe the brand name is Norvasc. That was one of the first kind that I tried, and I had awful reaction. I had horrible swelling in my legs and my ankles, and even more concerning than that was that medication gave me really fast heart rate. And because of that fast heart rate, it would give me a lot of anxiety, and I started having panic attacks. So I got off of that medication fairly quickly. Ever since then, I've been on losartan, and losartan doesn't give me any issues. But like I said, the minoxidil, very similar ingredients to the amlodipine, and I just don't want anything to do with those side effects again. So I have made the decision that I'm not going to take it. Since being on Mounjaro, my blood pressure has gotten so much better. I've reduced my blood pressure medication. I'm feeling so much better. And the last thing I do is want to add a new medication that's going to set me back. I'm just not willing to do that. I don't want to fix one problem and then create a new one. So here I am. I'm stuck asking myself, is this just going to be part of the trade-off? If I want to stay on Mounjaro and receive all the wonderful benefits that I've been receiving being on it, do I have to give up my hair? Or is there another way to handle this without making it worse? And right now I'm not feeling very encouraged over the whole thing. And it's been really upsetting because I've struggled with being overweight most of my life. But the one thing I had was pretty good hair. And now that's going away, and I'm not okay with that. I like having long hair. I don't like short hair on me. I just feel better and more confident and prettier when my hair is long, and it's just getting very, very noticeable how thin it is. So the decision that I've made is I'm not going to take the medicine. At the last doctor's appointment, my nutritionist did tell me that she wants me to go from 90 grams of protein every day to a minimum of 132 all the way up to 150 or 160. And it's safe for me to go up that high because I'm being monitored with blood work and my kidneys are functioning great. So I always have to kind of give that disclaimer of don't go up that high just because you're hearing me say that my doctor said it's okay. It's very important that before you increase to higher levels of protein, that you are getting your blood work done and making sure that your kidneys are functioning fine, because too much protein and kidneys that aren't functioning okay is very, very dangerous. So anyways, disclaimer over. I'm going to focus on the higher protein and see if after a few months upping my protein is going to regenerate the hair growth. And I'm going to continue using those hair fibers to cover up those areas. If you are interested in checking out the hair fibers, I have my Amazon storefront link in the description box, so it will take you to lots of products that I use. If you go to my storefront, everything you see there are things that I actually use on a regular basis, or I've used at least once and really liked. There's nothing on there that I would not recommend to my sister. And if you do end up going through my storefront to purchase anything, I just want to be upfront and let you know that I'd get like 2% or 3% from that sale, but it doesn't change any of the pricing for you. It just supports me and my channel, really. And who knows, maybe you'll start seeing some wigs in that Amazon storefront too, because just keeping it real, if this continues and upping the protein doesn't start bringing back some hair growth, I think I will end up probably cutting my hair very short and looking into some really nice quality wigs. Yeah, girls got to do what a girl's got to do. Oh, and before we go into the weekly update, I just want to mention that I did look into natural ways of treating my scalp with essential oils and things like that, but they are highly, highly toxic to cats. And my babies sleep with me, especially my little boy. He sleeps with his head on the pillow next to me like a little man all night long, and I am not willing to expose him to any of those essential oils and possibly get him sick or even worse. So that is just not even an option over here. All right, so that is where balding Andi is at right now. And let's get into the weekly update. So last week I took my 9th dose of the 10 milligram Mounjaro. I will be taking my 10th injection today, and then I have 2 more pens left. And once I'm done with all 4 doses in this box, then I will be going to the 12.5 milligram. I'm so excited. I'm hoping that's going to be the magic dose for me to finally get all my bodily issues in line and start dropping the weight. And I just have to mention, because a few of you have commented about retatrutide possibly coming out this year, and I am getting first in line for that, because in the articles that I've been reading, I've heard that retatrutide may actually be so much more efficient for people that have the type 2 diabetes. So that is for sure really exciting. Okay, so I weighed myself this morning, and as you can see, this was my weight. So I'm pretty sure that last week when I weighed in on Friday morning, it was 236.6. So at least I'm not going up like several pounds. I'm still kind of stalled at 236, 235, but you know what? That's okay. I am at peace with this very, very slow weight loss. So for any of you that might be watching for the first time, when I started Mounjaro back in June of 2025, I was at 267 pounds. So you know what? I am happy. I went from 267 to 236-ish, and that is still a significant amount of weight. So as far as side effects on the 10 milligram, like I mentioned earlier, I just really have not experienced anything significant except gassiness. If you've seen some of my shorts, you've seen that I like to make light of the fact that my burps smell like my farts sometimes, and I tend to be very gassy, much to the delight of my husband. Luckily, he laughs at it. But yeah, the gassiness. However, I'll take it. If that's the worst of it, I know there's other people that have dealt with like significant nausea and other bathroom issues. So yeah, I'll take the gas. As far as energy, my energy is great. I really don't get the fatigue anymore, at least the fatigue that has to do with being on the medication. Early on, I was having fatigue issues, but that's pretty much cleared up. I think that has a lot to do with me changing my injection day. I started out having my injection day on Tuesdays, and I experienced the fatigue within the first 48 hours, and then it went away. So I do it on Fridays now. That way, if I do have fatigue, it's falling on a Saturday and a Sunday, which, you guys, my life, I don't have time to be taking naps on Saturday and Sunday. So it's much easier to push my way through any fatigue, as opposed to during my work day. I have a very sedentary sit down type of job, and that makes it very difficult if I'm feeling tired to keep myself awake. As far as mentally and emotionally, I am about to be 51 years old in a couple days. So I'm right at the end of perimenopause, just ready to start menopause at any point. So my emotions are all over the place. I can randomly start to cry for no reason, or if there is something emotionally taxing going on in my life, I am extremely emotional over it. But that is just, to me, part of the natural ebb and flow of going into, the later stages of life. So, okay, that is update on everything. Let me get my arm prepped. I'm going to take my injection in my arm again this week, and we will do that together. And not my favorite part, but it only hurts for a couple seconds. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, all done. And there's nothing left in here, so it made its way into my system. And here we go with week 10 on the 10 milligram. So you guys, this is just another part of this journey that I did not expect. If you're going through something similar, you're not alone in this, and I would love to hear from you. So drop a comment, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If YouTube prompts you to, please hit the hype so other people can also hear this message and know that they are not alone. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
A lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen